It's John chapter 10, verse 27. Jesus said, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one shall snatch them out of my hand. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all. No one can snatch them out of my Father's hand." If you have a relationship to Christ, you are eternally secure because Jesus gave his life and no one can snatch you out of his hand. How many believe that tonight? You have a relationship with Jesus. And so we do the gripper just as a demonstration that in the natural you may have confidence in men and women, and I was able to hold off these guys, but ultimately I'm going to go down one day, Mike. We've seen guys get their shoulder dislocated doing the gripper.
I've seen it.
We've seen the guy get his bicep torn doing the gripper. And so, you know, human beings ultimately end up failing you only because they don't have the deity, the power of God, in the same way that Christ is God manifested in the flesh, and he can keep you with the Father if you invite him into your life. And so the only reason we fly across the country and come out and hang out with people like yourselves is we know that Jesus paid the ultimate price by laying down his life so that we don't have to. How many here are bold enough to admit that even though they have a relationship with Christ, they still wrestle with being obedient to him? Anybody besides me up here? Yeah, look at that transparency out there. Yeah. And so, even when we fail God, he doesn't give up on us. His love for us is unconditional. The Bible says in Jeremiah 31:34 that he chooses to remember our sin no more. How many happy about that?
Amen.
God chooses to remember your sin no more. All right, Mike, so we got phone books. Are you thinking about phone books here?
Yeah, we're going to do phone books.
All right.
Let me just say this real quick as an announcement real quick. Man, I tell you what, we're having a great time being here. In just a second, Manning Drive is setting up. How many people are excited about hearing Manning Drive tonight? In just a second, and I want to make in case people kind of slipped out and they didn't hear this announcement, I've been really asked to say this again. When we're on the infield, when we're on this grass area is the infield right here, and I know everybody, the band, everybody, we might start jumping. 2-inch vertical jump on the infield. If you want to do some serious jumping, then we've got the sand area right over here. You can jump as high as you want right over there in the sand. Also, I want to say, if you're over 80 pounds, you can't get on anybody's shoulder. If you're a young kid, no problem. We just don't want anybody to get hurt and have a great time. And so rules are okay, and they're good rules to keep things safe tonight.
Absolutely. So we want everybody to, listen, help us out. Tell that person that's jumping next to you, hey, keep jumping. Just slide over about 8 more feet or 10 more feet. Jump over in the sand where they have the bases so that we don't ruin this great field. We had a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And if we had not had the rain, it might be a different situation. So how many believe that we ought to do what they asked us to do so we can come back next year? How many think that's the right thing to do?
Okay, yeah, cool. And for you, and I didn't say this in the first 2 sets. I announced who we are. We're the Strength Team. My name is Mike Hagan. I'm the leader of the Strength Team Ministries from Missoula, Montana. And then we have Andre Sims, who's from Federal, Washington, who's one of the members of the Strength Team, who's the senior pastor of the church, Christ the King Bible Fellowship, a great church in the Federal area, and he's also a leader. Once a month goes out and leads crusades with the Strength Team. And the Strength Team, listen to this, if you want to find out more about us, and I'm going to say this before we rip the phone book, the Strength Team is at strengthteam.com. If you can get on our Facebook, it's The Strength Team, or you can go to our website, go over the app for Facebook at the bottom, the little Facebook logo, and you can become a member of this, find out what's going on every week with the Strength Team.
Absolutely.
And also podcasts, weekly videos.
YouTube.
Countdowns, all kinds of cool stuff.
All kind of stuff you can take out for the week.
So we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do the phone books. Let's do the phone books. All right, so Mike's going to take 2 phone books just because he can. Ripping 2 phone books at one time. All right, we got somebody checking the phone books out, making sure the pages haven't been pre-ripped or, you know, occasions haven't been, I don't know, somebody put an X-Acto knife to it to make it easier to tear in half. Yeah, that had a little wind spin. Okay, so 2 phone books at one time. This is his deal. We call him the human shredder. The guy can rip just about anything. Here we go. Come on, make some noise. Mike Hagan. 2 decks phone books. Yeah, I mean, it's almost over already. I mean, it's just all the same thing. Here we go. He's tossing them out there. One up front to the guys that checked it out. All right.